I never lose, either I win or I learn. Those are my only options, to whomever it may concern. About to be a hot topic, play with fire, you get burned. Ain't nobody give me nothing, whatever I got, better I earn. I never lose, but I learn. I either win or I learn. Those are my only options, to whomever.
We learned the hard way. We fucked up. We're not perfect, but the lessons we learn in life, they make us who we are. And here we are, starting fresh.
And we're really excited to share our journey going forward with all of you so that we can hold each other accountable through the weight loss journey. Our journey started back in March of 2020. Actually, if you've listened to our podcast, it actually started well before then. We've been, on this weight loss journey pretty much our entire life. But this particular journey, or part of our journey, started in March of 2020, where together we lost over 150 pounds. But then life hit big time in 2021.
Injuries, depression, deciding to sell our home because we needed new space, downsizing with 5 people and 2 dogs and a 2 bedroom house, and all this stuff started to add up where our whole regimen and routine got out of whack, where we were eating trash.
Yeah. And so it really affected our mental state, our physical state. Those of you who have been following along on this journey, I know you can see a difference when you look at us, when you see this on YouTube. And that's why we've started this, our journey. That's what we're calling this, our journey, because it's not just us, it's all of us together. And so we have a whole new page on veganstrongandfit.com called Our Journey, where we're going to be talking about every week something that has led us to success or maybe failure that we've learned from within the week to overcome and help us to continue on this. How we're going to do this the right way this time to make sure that we're able to support you, you're able to support us, and be sure to go on and follow us every week at veganstrongandfit.com/journey.
We're in this together.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Strong AF podcast. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Yuri.
And we wanted to come on because we've got some really exciting news, and this is, at least it's exciting for us. I think it's going to be wonderful to really spread the message of veganism and healthy lifestyle without the pushy aspect. And so, that's one of the biggest things, right? We have a lot of family, friends who are not vegan. That's fine. Everyone has to choose their own lifestyle, right? We chose what's best for us and our family. And all we want to do, excuse me, sorry, I'm just getting over some stuff here. So maybe hear me clear my throat a little bit. But what we're trying to do is just really spread the message about living a healthy lifestyle, incorporating more plants into your diet, and just also the overall well-being and love for animals. And what we've done in order to get that across is we have actually authored and published our own children's books. And that's really something pretty cool. I don't know, dabbled, I guess, in writing a little bit because I was like a kid, right? So I used to write all these kids' books on construction paper. I think my first book that I wrote was about spaghetti. I love spaghetti.
What age?
Gosh, we were living in the mountains at the time, so I had to have been 8 or younger, somewhere around there, because we moved right after that age. But
what did you write about the spaghetti? What?
How much I love spaghetti. It was a whole book about spaghetti.
When
and
you say a book, how
like
much of a book? We talking about like a paragraph?
Okay, so I mean, I was a kid. Like, I don't remember how much, but I remember like I formed it into a book. So I had all the different pages, and I was really into like pop-up books at the time. So I made like my little spaghetti noodles pop up as a book. So I had everything like construction paper, and when you opened it up, the spaghetti noodles popped up. I don't know what I wrote about, but And I hate to say, this book is not, quite as intense as that, the pop-ups, but that was my first one. Aside from that, like, I've always had this fantasy of writing, but I don't know. I am a bit ADHD. I have a very short attention span, as you know, with me watching movies and TV shows. Like, as a kid, I was fascinated with watching commercials because I did not have the attention span to sit there and watch the show. So I would leave for the show and I would come back and watch TV during the commercial breaks. And that was my thing. I guess that's why I like the Super Bowl commercials so much. But because of that, like, I have a tendency a lot of times to start like a project or something like that. I've started writing many times, but I never finished it. And so I had been wanting to do this because I love working with kids. I teach children's fitness classes and have 3 kids of my own. So it's a passion of mine to be able to teach children to live a healthy lifestyle, but they don't, they don't care about all the facts like we do as adults, right? They just want something fun and entertaining. And my son, Camden, absolutely loves dinosaurs.
Yes, it is.
And we started this book when he was 4. It was still this year, but it was when he was 4 that we started writing this book together. And I wanted something that would like really catch his attention span because I was looking for that early education type of book, right? So, this is something that parents would still have to read to their children because he's just in kindergarten. He's not reading at this kind of, level with these words, but it's very entertaining for him. It's something that he is interested in with the dinosaurs, but it's also very helpful to teach the kids, what kind of things that they should be eating and how to relieve stress. And so, with that said, I wrote my first book, and Camden helped me co-illustrate this using some computer graphics, and that was pretty fun to do together. And this is Teddy Rex, the Healthy Dino. Thank you. And it's available on Amazon. And what's really cool about Teddy Rex here is, he's a dino who wants to be healthy, but he has absolutely no idea what to do. So he goes on a fun little adventure. And I'm not going to read the whole book to you, but I'll give you kind of a gist. So he goes on an adventure with his friends, and he's trying to learn what it is that he needs to do in order to be healthy. So the first friend that he runs into is Trisha the Triceratops. And she is very big into meditation. And so he finds her in the park meditating and relieving stress. And so he asks her for tips on how to meditate. And she helps Teddy to sit there, relax, and take deep breaths in and out to relieve stress. And then after their meditation journey, he actually gets to go on a wonderful picnic to visit his buddy Bruce, who is a wonderful herbivore, and teaches Teddy about all the plants and the vegetables, the fruits that he grows in his garden, and makes them a delicious meal that they all get to share together. And Teddy is just so fascinated about how delicious this food is because he never realized that eating plants could be this healthy and delicious. And
a lot of books.
right, exactly. And then after he gets his luncheon, Trisha, Bruce, and Teddy all go visit their friend Rhea, the Velociraptor, at the gym. And she's a personal trainer, and she gets to teach them how to do awesome exercises and how to make sure they're warming up and increasing their heart rate and stretching out so they don't get injuries. And so it's just a really great informative book, but in a fun way, that Teddy gets to go around and meet all his friends and, learn how to live a healthy lifestyle. So again, the book is Teddy Rex, the Healthy Dino. And it says, have you ever wondered what dinosaurs do to stay so healthy? Join Teddy Rex and his dino friends for a fun-filled day of healthy activities. So be sure to go on to Amazon and check that out and read it with your kiddos. It's really great whether you're a vegan or not. It's just a really good book about healthy habits that your children could incorporate into their everyday life.
It's a great read, and like you said, our 5-year-old helped pick illustrations and stuff like that.
Yeah, if you're on YouTube, hopefully you can see that pretty well. Got a little picture of Cam right there in his safari outfit and a little bit of information about him. So he was super excited to be part of this book.
And so I want to say maybe a few days after she finished her book and everything, but she was excited. She woke up in the middle of the night and actually started writing it. So
yeah, like I said, my biggest struggle is like finishing a project, but I do my best work when I can't sleep at night, and that's how this was. Like I couldn't sleep, so I just got up and wrote the entire thing on my phone in one night, and then obviously, it took a lot of time to organize and design and illustrate. But the actual context of it, I just woke up in the middle of the night and wrote it down. and that tends to be where my best work comes from.
I would agree. So after that, maybe a few days after she was finished with hers, I got the bright idea. It's like, if she wrote a book, I think I could write a book.
Oh, what's that supposed to mean? If she could write what I can write what?
No, not I can do better than you. Anything you can do, I can do better. But no, it was just pretty much when I was a child, when I was in elementary school, I had dreams or aspirations of writing a book. Because I remember I may have been in like 4th or 5th grade, and I was probably heavy into horror movies, scary movies, and things like that. Where I had the idea of like, okay, I'm gonna write a scary movie with me and my classmates, me and my closest friends, and stuff like that. And then me being a boy and everything, no telling what's going on. If anything, any one of my friends or people I dislike get on my nerves, I'm probably gonna add them in the book and have something bad happen to them in this book or something like that. Something just strange or weird. But I really enjoyed that when I was in grade school, and my friends really liked it. Oh, what happens here? What happens here? Please don't murder me in your book or whatever, and stuff like that. So it's always been like a somewhat of a dream of mine. It just happened to take 20 some years to fulfill it. But I want to say maybe a week after she finished her book and maybe it was published on Amazon, I started thinking, well, I'm gonna write me a book. Except this one, I'm gonna make this about animals and stuff like that. Things that something that used to help me when I was a little kid and growing up in a rural area. I didn't really have positive role models or some, especially being me being a boy or a young man. We hardly ever talk about our emotions or our feelings and stuff like that. So whatever I was going through at the day, I would come home and really not have someone to talk to or to spill whatever's going on inside. Where we had animals, whether it was pigs, pony, goats, and stuff like that. So we had animals, our dogs and stuff like that. They were always comforting and calm me down, fix my mood. So I wrote a book. This is the limited edition. It's supposed to say Hannibal cares for animals. That's why there's this thing called editing. So there's a few people, you got the limited edition. It says Hannibal. But it's supposed to say Hannibal cares for animals. And so I just wrote this about everything there's a message, there's a deep message with the cover with Hannibal right here holding the SOS. It's symbolic, person of color. Just, I feel that our culture is sort of frowned upon being plant-based or stuff like that, where it's not the manly thing. It's not, you're not eating these animal flesh or anything like that. where I feel it's an SOS with the whole planet. Where I may think it's somewhat selfish of someone to just think about themselves consuming animal flesh, whereas being plant based or vegan, I think we think of more about everyone else, and it's more than just ourselves. There's a deeper message out there, and then that's why I have the SOS. And then with the sun being black, we're children of the sun, so I wanted that to stand out and shine. And then I'll read you dedication if I can find it. It says, I want to dedicate this book to my younger self. I grew up in a rural area and did not have the best role models. So when I was feeling sad, my animals made me happy. I hope you enjoy Hannibal and the lovely animals. And then, of course, I have a lovely photo of myself.
And I think you forgot when you were on the cover to talk about what I think is the best part. Because as a child, I always loved books that rhyme. And Yuri has a bit of a poetic streak, like ever since he was younger. But like he used to write me songs and everything when we first started dating. So he's definitely into the poems and the rhyming. And so this book is a super cute little rhyming book as well to really be catchy and entertaining for the kids.
So I know for me, growing up, I always loved the books, like the Dr. Seuss books and stuff that rhyme and stuff like that. So, like on the back of the book, it says Hannibal Cares for Animal. It's a rhyming book that teaches children about how to love animals in a fun, rhyming way. And so, I'll let you hear a little bit of it. I started out with most books, especially the ones that I enjoy. You can always kind of remember like the beginning of it, what caught your eye, what grabbed your attention. So for me, I was thinking, okay, Hannibal. My name is Hannibal, and I do not eat animals. So that's how we're coming out the gate. He's got his fruits and veggies right here, and he's letting you know where he stands on everything. But also, I know it's a children's book, so I didn't want to like push plant-based or veganism onto a little child. I just wanted to show them the love of animals that I know pretty much any kid's gonna love animals just like I did. So I wrote a little bit about just about any kind of animal you can think of.
Just got the fish in here because we have to also, be aware of our oceans and all of our sea creatures.
Here I've got fish, cows, chickens, just a little bit of everything in here.
And I love the engagement at the end too, asking the children what their favorite animals were in the book helps them really to reflect on what they read and be able to, communicate that back to you, especially at a young age. You want to be able to still help them with that reading engagement. And I think this is a fun way. And maybe that's a little bit of the homeschool mom in me, like always wanting some kind of educational and communicational factor in with the book. But I love that. And that's in the Teddy Rex book as well, because I just think it's so important for them to be able to really listen and understand the book and be able to tell you what they remember.
Yeah, because I just had someone who purchased the book tell me, like at the end of it, where asked you what was your favorite animal, and then the lady, she had 2 kids and different answers. One was like, "Oh, I really love the cat," or "I really love the bird," and stuff like that. Where I just really want the kids to really enjoy the book because I wrote it for them, especially the ones who are getting read to at night and stuff like that. And then just the rhyming, because like I said, I always loved that. It always caught my attention to way the words, the ending, the sounds and stuff like that. So I really believe that the children will enjoy this book, and you can find it on Amazon. Hannibal Cares for Animals.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it was so cute whenever I first read it to Amari, right after it came in the mail. And he was
Amari's our 3-year-old.
Yeah, he said the end. Read it again. Oh, so he definitely loved it. He was very excited, which was great to see, that our own kids were enjoying it as well. And so that was just really awesome.
Yeah, I think about this. It's really nice for our kids to see that we had a goal or a vision and we followed through and
Mhm.
wrote and published our books, and now we have them available where anybody can go out and purchase Teddy Rex the Healthy Dino or Hannibal Cares for Animals.
Yeah, and both of them are available on Amazon. So super easy to go on and put that in your cart and check out. And we'll have the links in the description as well, so that you can go into the show notes if you're listening on the podcast, like on Apple or Spotify, or you can go into the details in YouTube and find the links there, and we'll have everything posted up for you. But we're very excited about this. I think this is going to be an excellent way for children to just really begin picking up healthy habits and understanding care for animals, and yeah, just pushing a positive message out there into the world. And so we'll have all of that linked in there, and we cannot wait for our episode next week. So be sure to tune back in for that, because we have another special guest on, and we're super excited to share that out. Have a great week.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Strong AF podcast. We hope you really enjoyed this episode.
Just do us a favor, go on the Apple Podcast, leave us a 5-star review, let us know how you enjoyed the episode. And if you're watching this on YouTube, just drop us a couple comments. We love hearing from you guys.
Yeah, we always love hearing your feedback, and let us know what you'd like to hear more of as well.